Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Oops. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, We'll read something pretty soon, I think. So let's just chat something. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Krishna Krishna Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Krishna Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hari Hari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Chapter 4 of Adi Lila. Confidential reasons for the appearance of Lord Chaitanya. Morning. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaur Bhaktivinoda, Jaya Srila Prabhupada, Jaya Jesus. By the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, by the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, even a foolish child can fully describe the real nature of Lord Krishna, the enjoyer of the pastimes of Raj, according to the vision of the revealed scriptures. Okay? So, the question should be how to get that mercy of Lord Chaitanya. Okay? Because if we get that mercy of Lord Chaitanya, then we will get the ability to describe Lord Krishna's pastimes. See, in the vision of the revealed scriptures. It's like we were talking about today. If we see things as they are, in the books. See, that's the vision of the revealed scriptures. And that's why I'm always teaching, this is all checkable. See? It's all checkable. You can hear what you're hearing here and then check it in the scriptures. And that way you'll get it confirmed. Usually in Vaishnavism now, there's not a clear picture of what's actually in the scriptures. See? So people are just taking on, like blind belief. Well, this guy is a guru, this guy is a teacher, therefore he has the dress on or he has the appointment, so therefore we just believe it. See? But actually, you see how important it is here? You have to, if you have the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, you will describe the pastimes, not only the pastimes, but the philosophy, the truth of Krishna consciousness. Like Lord Chaitanya put it yesterday in the book we read, the heart of the Bhagavatam. See, the heart is Krishna, the truth, conclusive truth. See, and it's all checkable. Okay? So the first thing in Krishna consciousness is you have to hear from the bona fide guru, really. And they'll give you information that is in the vision of the revealed scriptures. It's on that foundation, the heart of the Bhagavatam. So you remember yesterday, Lord Chaitanya said that Devananda Pandit, even though he was austere and renounced and he studied the Bhagavatam, student of Srimad Bhagavatam, he didn't understand the heart of the Bhagavatam because he did not worship the Lord with loving ecstasy, with devotion, with ecstatic devotion. So there again, Bhagavad-Gita 10:10 says, to those who worship me with loving ecstasy, I give them the understanding. See, that's the vision of the revealed scriptures. I'm starting to think my mission here is to establish Guru Tattva. It's so important because then you can proceed without the foundation of the true Guru that's described in our wonderful books that Prabhupada translated and purported on. Then there you can't make any advancement. Without the mercy of the spiritual master, you can't make any advancement. Even when people leave here, they don't make any advancement until they're checked, until they realize their fault. And that's why we see many devotees, they stay on the neophyte platform from the time they started Krishna consciousness. Say they start, what they call like materialistic Vaishnava, and they die more or less a materialistic Vaishnava, not even being attracted to these deeper topics we talk about. Isn't that a shame? Isn't that a shame, to stay your whole life, 40, 50 years, and not advance much beyond just rules and regulations and external bhakti, and still listening to teachers and gurus who don't tell you what's in the vision of the revealed scriptures, that are actually gurus and spiritual masters against the vision of the revealed scriptures. Haven't we said that? If you don't worship the Lord with loving, ecstatic attraction, you don't have the right understanding. You must go seek out somebody who does. If you're not absorbed like Caitanya-caritāmṛta, Adi Lila, first chapter on the spiritual master, you're not absorbed in devotion, devotional mellows, then you cannot explain the book Bhagavad. It's by the action of the book Bhagavad, see, the real truth. This is the clear truth, not translated or interpolated by bogus persons who don't know. See? And the action of the book Bhagavad, which we have, and the devotee Bhagavad. See, absorbed in the mellows of devotion. See, those mellows of devotion are instilled in your hearts. See, that's Guru Tattva, man. See, that's how you proceed to the next stage beyond neophyte. You notice those who are coming to listen here, where are they going? To the next stage, which is Madhyamadikari. What are they getting? They're having awakening of devotion to Krishna. Now, isn't that better than staying on the neophyte platform your whole life? And being a prune and what we hear described? Or even if you're kind of like, well, I like to be around devotees. Oh, I don't know how to discern the different types of devotees. Oh, if they just have the name devotee, then that's okay with me. Well, if you want to stay that way, but if you have spiritual greed, you'll want to go to the next level. Well, this is next level teaching here. You got to know this, man. You got to find the real guru, man, the true guru, who brings you by their association to the platform of ecstatic worship. There's nowhere else to go in Vaishnavism but what we're teaching here. Hey, man, you're going to have to get used to it. Crying, laughing, relishing the verses and the name and the true vision in the true vision of the revealed scriptures. Okay? Otherwise, Vaishnavism is dead, man. It's just dead. It's not alive yet. It's just materialistic Vaishnavism. Then you just take another birth and try again. Okay? And it's not in every life. It says in the Vedic, not in every life you get a bona fide spiritual master. What if you get a spiritual master teaching Vaidhi Bhakti again? There you go. Vaidhi Bhakti again. Anyway, those who are fortunate move to the next level, hopefully in this life, and that's why we're encouraging. See, it comes with knowledge. It comes with association. It comes with preaching. See, if somebody happens to watch this video and they've been looking, oh God, I'm just amongst this rules and regulations by default. I mean, I came to Krishna. I wanted more of Krishna, but there was nothing available. There's only these persons that were not describing Guru in the vision of the revealed scriptures. Therefore, if you can't describe Guru Tattva or be a Guru in the vision of the revealed scriptures, nobody gets off the materialistic platform. We all stay neophytes. Okay? There is nothing else available. So this message is for those who want to move on. You are greedy enough to say, have you been praying to Krishna like Janaki? Like, I just want the truth, and I know it's not in this bullshit that's been being preached. I just want more truth. Yeah? See, notice people showing up here, or Johan, he practiced 20-something years of rules, regulations, and got no taste, and now he has all this taste. Well, how did he get it? By association, man. That's simple. And shortly, within a year, he's gotten all these things. Okay? Can you imagine how many Vaidhi Bhaktis out there that have been practicing for a year and all this? And if they came into this association, they would get what Johan has? Because many of them have been practicing sincerely like he has, really wanting it, following Ekadasis, following all this. We don't follow these things so strictly, and then still you see a higher result comes. See, because we're following the real heart of the Bhagavatam, because there's somebody here worshiping the Lord with loving ecstasy, like Lord Chaitanya said. Devananda Pandit, we read yesterday, did not worship the Lord with loving ecstasy. Therefore, he remained a superficial devotee, regardless of his being austere from birth, being a nice guy, a Mr. Goody Two-Shoes, a humble person. He stayed neophyte, and he still committed offenses against ecstatic devotees, which kept him neophyte, until he got a teaching like this from Lord Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya just explained what I'm explaining here. I'm just following in the footsteps of my father, or my dear friend, my master. See, he taught the same thing 500 years ago that I'm teaching now to help the Devananda Pandits of this world. See, you can't see it in the book. Everybody's caught up in Devananda Pandit obstacle. They're offensive against ecstatic devotees, which they are demonstrating right now, going against our preaching. See? Therefore, they're stuck, man. And as he was stuck, and it was only this kind of teaching, which ended up being was a chastisement, that he moved on to and took shelter of a pure devotee, listened to him, served him, and became a pure devotee himself in that life, instead of dying a great Pandit in the eyes of the world, but in the eyes of Lord Chaitanya, he was nothing, nada. You know how many Devananda Pandit types here are in the eyes of Lord Chaitanya? Nada, nothing. But in the eyes of the world, oh, he's such a great pure devotee. And hey man, you can fool the neophytes, but you can't fool a real devotee or Lord Chaitanya, who tells you in the vision of the revealed scriptures like that. I'm just telling you what's in the book, man. It's right there. We read it yesterday. All glories to Lord Chaitanya, and all glories to Nityananda, all glories to Advaita Charya, and all glories to all the devotees of Lord Chaitanya. I have described the meaning of the fourth verse. Now, O devotees, kindly hear the explanation of the fifth verse. I'm going to skip a little bit and go to I have given the essential meaning of the fourth verse. This incarnation, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, descends to propagate the chanting of the holy name and spread love of God. Although this is true, this is but the external reason for the Lord's incarnation. Please hear the other reason, the confidential reason for the Lord's appearance. How many devotees say that, well, let's just go on Sankirtan, let's go and make devotees, let's distribute. See, this was the external reason for the Lord's descent. But most devotees, Vaishnavas, think that's the real reason. That's not the reason. See, people can go out and use Prabhupada's books and make devotees, people will come, and then you still don't understand them. You speculate on them. And you're making devotees because the books are very powerful, even though you can't understand them or interpret them right. See? Why can't you do that? Because you have to know the internal reason for Lord Chaitanya's descent and act according to that internal reason, not the external reason. People are doing external. Oh, let's just distribute Prabhupada's books and make devotees. See? But that's not enough. See, you need, because people come and they remain external devotees because they don't know the internal reason. Even though the book is out, even though this book is out, they don't know what is the eternal reason. See? We teach the internal reason. The internal reason is what you see the devotees doing here every day, tasting this name, Krishna. He came to relish this the name of God in ecstasy, to relish the devotional ecstatic worship of that name, the fame, the pastimes of the Lord, to relish. And the external thing was to propagate it, because you can do that simultaneously. The Lord did. We do also. When you relish the name of Krishna, okay, then devotion awakens. Now simultaneously new understanding comes, and that's what you give to the world. You give the revelations and realizations in the vision of the revealed scriptures, okay, to the world. See, in Srimad Bhagavatam, second verse. First chapter. Only the pure in heart can understand Srimad Bhagavatam. It is this loving, ecstatic worship that cleanses the heart so we can understand the heart of Srimad Bhagavatam. See, Lord Chaitanya said Devananda Pandit does not understand the heart of Bhagavatam. He has no devotion cleansing the heart. See? It's just external. He's just austere. He's just an external devotee. He's austere and renounced and follows principles, but he has no ecstatic devotion awakened. Therefore, he doesn't understand the heart of Bhagavatam, heart of these scriptures. See, and people are being taught by these kinds of teachers, and therefore, what happens? They stay external devotees, teachers and their students, like him. See? But people come here, they begin to relish chanting the holy name. See, they relish the taste of that chanting. See? And automatically people start to look and say, wow, that's really amazing. See? And then you teach the revelations that come from ecstatic chanting, like now. Say, yeah, by chanting the holy name, the Lord has shown me this. When I read this book now, look at this. And you point it out to your brothers out there. You see, I'm reading this. That was the external reason, just to go out there and make devotees. See? Because if you just do that, make them, what are you going to teach them? Well, just what's in Prabhupada's books. Well, how do you know what's in there? Do you relish loving ecstatic worship? Well, no, I never thought about that. Well, you come here and you'll start thinking about these things. Your mind gets clear. So the Lord's desire to appear was born from two reasons. The Lord wanted to taste the sweet essence of the mellows of love of God. And he wanted to propagate devotional service in the world on the platform of spontaneous attraction. Okay? So say you do that. 500 years ago, the Lord wanted to taste the mellows of devotional service on the spontaneous level. We call it the sweet essence of the mellows of love of God. See? He wanted to taste that. And then also propagate that. Okay? So tasting that, it gives one the power to propagate that. Because even if you start propagating that, you know what's going to happen? People that have no taste for this kind of bhakti are going to balk. They're going to get mad. They're going to misunderstand. They're going to get angry. It's going to bring up all kinds of stuff in them. Okay? So, but that, see, teaching in the vision of the revealed scriptures, right? See, the Lord, listen, all you Vaidhi Bhaktas out there, all you Vaishnavas, listen to this. See, the Lord came 500 years ago to taste the sweet essence of love of God. See, and when you taste the sweet essence of love of God, it is so sweet and so wonderful that tears come to your eyes, that choking of the voice comes, and other devotional symptoms. Powerful bliss comes. All these symptoms we read about come from tasting the sweet essence of the mellows of love of God. See? And if one gets the order, or the Lord had the desire, he wanted this, you think in Kali Yuga he's changed his mind? Oh, I think I'm just going to give it 500 years ago and then forget about the rest of Kali Yuga. We're going to just make it rules and regulations, right? No. No, he came to taste the sweet essence of love of God and then distribute propagate devotional service, not just Vaidhi devotional service in practice, but propagate devotional service on the platform of spontaneous attraction, which is this taste that he had. See? The only reason why it's not here now is it just wasn't propagated. It was tasted, but the order has to come to propagate it. Prabhupada tasted it, Bhakti Siddhanta, Bhakti Vinod, but the order didn't come to propagate it. The order came to do like a Moses trip, rules, regulations. Okay? Put it in your books. Bhakti Vinod wrote all about this stuff. So did Prabhupada also. Okay? So the desire of the Lord is always to bring people to the level of what he came to do, to fulfill that desire, to propagate this devotional service on the platform of spontaneous love. Well, who can do that? A Vaidhi Bhakta? No. A spontaneous devotee who tastes the mellows of devotion? No. Not enough. Prabhupada didn't do it. He could, but he didn't. A devotee that tastes these mellows and also gets the order. See? That's the way it works. When the Lord says, okay, release it. Well, that's in our Sangha, man. Prabhupada came in 1996, and Krishna came also and confirmed it. Propagate this now. See? Books have come out. People have read them. Prabhupada gave the order, 2 hours a day you read his books. There are going to be some out there that have a desire to move on, to advance. Well, you want to advance, you have to find a devotee who tastes, just like the Lord, tastes the sweet essence of love of God and propagates the principles of spontaneous devotional service. That's the path. They are the path. They are that truth. And they are the life of that kind of bhakti. No one else can do it. It doesn't matter how big a guru you are in this world, how much respect you're getting from worldly people. That ain't enough. You got to find somebody, rare person, who tastes the sweet essence of these devotional mellows. And because of that, he looks in here and sees, wow, look at this. The Lord came here to do that. And then the order comes. Prabhupada said to me, that has my approval. What you're doing has my approval. You're doing exactly what I want you to do. You do more of that, and that was propagating this. And then Krishna comes and tells my second disciple that she got his darshan because of her guru. Well, hey, man, where is that all going, man? Can it be spelled out more clear than that? Well, it took me a long time, 20-something years, to realize what I'm telling you right now. Clearly. I mean, it was all said in 1996, but it takes time to kind of assimilate all this stuff, to get clear about it. So you see, 500, the Lord's desire was that. See? To taste the sweet essence of mellows of love of God. That's why I tell everybody, when you go in Sankirtan, go there to taste this bhakti first, and then people will come when the Lord wants them to come. Taste first. Taste this bhakti. And then teach out of inspiration. When you're inspired, the words will just come, man. You just go and you come and you read, and then the Lord says, you just will see how it works, man. The Lord just uses you and tells you conclusive truth, and you tell conclusive truth to others. You pay it forward like that. Okay? Ask Johan, he's understanding how it works. You look at these things, it's so obvious. And then you go to your brothers and you say, hey man, how come you don't see what it says in some Saradhara prayers, man? Come on, it says the real guru tastes devotional mellows. Why are you learning from gurus who don't have that? You're reading that every day. You're singing that song, 7 days a week. Why don't you see that? Well, he sees that because why? He's conformed to the book, the rule book. To those who worship the Lord with loving ecstasy, I give them the understanding. See, now you say, wow, man, it's right there in the book. Can't you see that? And you point it out to your brother and save them. After a while, even the blind person says, wow, you're right, man. How come I didn't see that? Because you're listening to people who are not self-realized, who are not tasting this bhakti, who are not clear because of it. See, tasting the sweet essence of the mellows of devotional service makes you a clear person, makes you a whole person, makes you an empowered person like Prabhupada and like anyone in the line. We're making people that will distribute this line, man. You come to the level of tasting this bhakti, man, and you keep on tasting it, you're going to see what's in the book, and you're going to tell the world what's in the book and straighten out all these bozos. Bozos, clowns, man. You're all clowns out there if you're teaching something other than what's in this book. You look like a clown. You know, you're a joker. You're a joker, man. You know, I was reading these books for years. I've always wondered, it's so great to have an audience to tell people what's in these books, man. This is the whole point of being in this world, is to share the truth, man. Set people free. Isn't that beautiful? I'll read that again. So the Lord's desire to appear was born of two reasons. Oh, a lot of comments here. Clowns to the right, me jokers to the left. I mean, I'm not saying it to really be critical. Just to, you know, kind of point out it. You got to admit, you know, when you hear the truth, you got to admit you're a clown. You know, Jesus, Jesus too. But Lord Chaitanya basically told Devananda Pandit, you're a clown, man. You know, they're all respecting you, getting a big false ego, oh, in the name of humility and all that, you know. But you don't know Bhagavatam. That's humiliating. He felt humiliated, but humiliation leads to humbleness. If you have all these persons, they did like Pundraka. Oh, Pundraka, he was a false Krishna, man. We got all these false acharyas and false gurus. But all these persons, they're disciples. Oh, Gurudev, and you get, oh yeah, I'm Gurudev, I can deliver you and all that. But it's all false, man. You're all going to die. And you're all going to stand before Prabhupada, say, oh, Prabhupada, save me. And Prabhupada say, you're crying, Lord, Lord, and can't be saved. You can't be saved. Okay, you get a demigod thing. Oh, because you've been good like Devananda Pandit and all that. But hey, man, we're here to break you to the highest, the bestest, the most glorious platform. Shuddha Bhakti, not just Shuddha Bhakti, but on the level of Lord Chaitanya came to bring Vrindavan. Man, that's what's available here. The best of the best of the best. So that's why I preach like this, man. You know, hey, man, you know, Prabhupada was preaching, oh, man, let's just get these people a human body. Give them some prasad, get a human body. Hey, man, I'm shooting the rhinoceros. Let's go bigger than that now, man. That was 50 years ago. See? Now, this time, man, hey, man, let's go all the way. Yeah, just admit you're a clown. You don't know Bhagavatam. Just admit it. Come here and listen and get this bhakti. If you're a real devotee, a real sannyasi, a real hanker of the real truth, and not really wanting name and fame and all that stuff, why wouldn't you want to get this bhakti, man? Because it's the ultimate goal. I mean, look at the proof. Look at Johan. He's getting it. He followed like you guys, 20-something years. Freddie also. This, just following the rules and the codices and all of that, and had no taste or very little. Yeah, he comes here and he's getting all. Why not get all of that? Don't you want to look like Johan when you worship the Lord in ecstasy and happiness, Hare Krishna and all that? Why? If you don't come here after hearing this message, well, you're not sincere. Why should anybody follow insincere people, huh? Why? It's got your seat, huh? Get off of there, man. Come on. Give her a seat. Come on. He's even looking.
Oh, no, he's listening.
Yeah. Come on, you guys, you clowns out there, you jokers. You're joking with everybody.
Morning. How are you?
Hey. Yeah. Come get the bhakti. The bread truck, transcendental bread truck is here. You know? Why are you screwing around? You're wasting your whole lives just, being some big cheese. That's all you are. You just be Swiss cheesed in Mayas. So listen to this. He wanted to taste the sweet essence of the mellows of love of God. And he wanted to propagate devotional service in the world on the platform of spontaneous attraction. Now, wouldn't you want a message like that? I mean, isn't that the whole point of Krishna consciousness? That's why she's here. Yeah, isn't that the whole point? Is to, hey man, why not get what he was giving out 500 years ago? Why settle for Varnashram Dharma? Why not settle for spontaneous devotional service? You know why? Because it's here. Because we're preaching it. Why settle for less? Isn't that stupid? Isn't that kind of dumb? It's available. It's here. We got the order and it's doing it. We're proving it, man. See? And so if somebody is actually propagating this kind of devotional service, this ecstatic devotional service, these other qualities will appear to confirm it, that this person is the real deal, okay? Somebody like Lord Chaitanya has to come here. Actually, no. Lord Chaitanya has to come here, but not in the way you think. Prabhupada said only Lord Chaitanya could take his place. But you got to understand that. Lord Chaitanya was working through Prabhupada by medium, right? It's not like Lord Chaitanya and his big flowing hair is going to come here, and be like that. And there he is, our painted pictures of Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda, No, he's going to work. Lord Chaitanya is going to be here in his form as Sri Gurudev, a real guru. Who does what? He worships, tastes the sweet essence of love of Godhead, and propagates devotional service on the platform of spontaneous love because the order is given. Okay? But there's some other qualities right there in this verse you're going to see that seal the deal so that you really know that it's time. Okay? All in this one verse. Thus he is known as the supremely jubilant and as the most merciful of all. Okay? So when this devotional service is propagated, you'll see that the devotees who are getting it look like Johan, look like Dasu, look like others. Wow, this is so great. They smile. They feel, according to their level of getting it, they just laugh, they cry, all of this. Isn't that supremely jubilant devotional service? Do you see any devotees like him? Huh? Yeah. Yeah, only in our Sangha. But nowhere in the world. So you want to find the best devotional service, you got to find the associates of the Lord who have gotten the order, like Nityananda and Advaita and their followers, to propagate this spontaneous devotional service. And that's here. I got the order too, 1996. That's why it works. The order of the spiritual master is what? The active principle of spiritual life. That's proof that we got the real order because it's working. It activates people's spiritual life. It activates this bhakti. See? So you see that quality. The most jubilant in our Sangha, you won't find any devotees in any Sangha that are more jubilant than here. Am I telling you a lie, or am I telling you what's in the verse and explaining it right? Okay? If this devotional service is ever going to be propagated, it has to be propagated like the Lord did it. He had to taste it, and he had to propagate the principles, and people had to abandon their opinions, of their bullshit opinions, because if you don't taste this, you ain't going to know. You ain't going to have the right opinion, right understanding. Okay? Taste it and propagate the principles, and then and then you get the order, like same thing. You notice I got an order, Nityananda got an order, Advaita got an order, their followers got an order. And what was that order? To propagate this anywhere and everywhere, give it as a gift. Just by the association. See, Johan said this morning, you must follow in the footsteps of the gopis. So the major principle of that is to be in their association. That means you have to find a spontaneous devotee. Now we have a few of them. And stay in that association. And you automatically follow in the footsteps. You get out of that association, you're not following in the footsteps anymore. Okay? Because here we do that. I mean, I'm not, did I tell you what to do? Do you think you get told what to do in Vrindavan? Hey man, it's spontaneous. You see Krishna, if in your heart you want Krishna, you go after Krishna. And even, they have this little pastime. Oh no, don't, your husband and this, fuck you, man. Fuck you. Superior? No way you're going to stop me. I'm going to go see Krishna. And you know what, Krishna? He loves it. Wow, this person loves me. They'll go break principles and anything to associate with me. He loves that more. Wouldn't you love somebody who would say, hey man, you are so attractive, man. I want to come to you. I don't care. Let hell or high water come. I'm going to come and get you and be with you. Come on, be honest. Don't you want somebody like that? Everybody does. Krishna's like that too. I'm like that, man. When I see people, I only want truth, man. I wouldn't do anything, and I don't. Well, fuck you. And they say, well, and then they come back. I think, wow, that's so awesome. You passed the terrible test. Or their guru says, this guy's abnormal. Don't go to him. And they say, I'm going to go anyway. I love that. Why? Because that's Bhagavatam, man. That's Krishna. Because he loves it. If he loves it, I love it, man. And really the demigods love it. They showered flowers over Bali Maharaj. When he said, my guru, you're going to say, you're going to curse me? You're going to take away all my material wealth? You're going to send me to hell? You're going to do all these things? No problem. I'm going to youtuB Bhakti. I'm going to that little dwarf, man. That little guy there, man. He's youtuB Bhakti, man. See? And he got so much power from that, doing that, these real principles. See, that's Bhagavatam, man. Isn't this the heart of Bhagavatam? Which guru teaches that? Not one. There ain't one guru. You show me one person that teaches you that purport, and you all can go and check it right in there. You'll get the eyes now if you listen here. Otherwise, you get blindness that they're giving you. The speculation blinds you. You listen here, what are you going to get? You're going to get the eyes to say, my God, that's actually in there. Bali Maharaj, he disobeyed the order of his guru who was adverse to a youtuB Bhakti. Hey man, these people telling that Gaurahari is abnormal, the gurus, and you listen to that? You failed the test, man. You want to be a test failer or you want to be a test passer? Isn't it nice to pass the test? Isn't it nice to get the demigods to shower flowers on you? Well, you listen here. We'll get the power to do it. Because in that verse of Bhagavad-Gita, you'll see that Bali Maharaj was instructed by Prahlad Maharaj, a pure devotee. And just like I'm teaching you all here, I'm teaching you the heart of the Bhagavatam, and you all can pass the test. There could be millions of people inspired. If your guru or anybody says, don't go over to Gaurahari, who's teaching like this, the real thing, the most jubilant people, the most merciful. Oh, that's the next part of the verse. He was considered the most jubilant. Okay, we discussed that, right? And the most merciful of all. Where is there a guru Where is there a devotee in this world that is more merciful and actually demonstrating and actually doing it, giving this bhakti, this prema bhakti for free? The Lord was doing it. His devotees did it. Nikola Brahmachari did it. He was an ecstatic devotee. We're doing it. Who's more merciful than that here? All I hear are gurus saying, oh, prema bhakti, oh, many lifetimes. The ones that are so-called successor of Prabhupada say that. Oh, prema bhakti, no, we'll try and get you to anartha nivritti by your big renunciate. We're going to make you a prune face your whole life. You can't, no, know this, know that, don't enjoy that, know this, no. And you're going to go and die like that. No. See? And you don't even know Bhagavad-Gita verse that says, oh, it's by ceasing such engagements, by getting a higher taste. And that's if you want to. You know, at that point, man, if you like a cup of coffee, man, or whatever it is, you can do it because you have real bhakti, man. You get a higher taste. You know, Krishna only wants, hey, man, I just want you to know me. I want you to know reality, and I'm giving that as a gift. If you go where there are the bona fide distributors of this gift of bhakti. Now, is there anyone more merciful than what we're doing in this world? Anybody giving this kind of bhakti, what you can see with your own eyes in others, awakening the fruits? Is there any one person? The reason why it's here is because we fit the book. We go by the book. The book Bhagavad and the devotee Bhagavad match. You found a match. It's all sevens here. You know, you're trying to win the jackpot, and they go 7, 7, 7. You got that all here, man. All sevens are in alignment. It's your lucky day. See, the book Bhagavad and the devotee Bhagavad, when they match, devotional mellows. See? That's what's happening. Isn't it great? Wow. See, so why not, if it's available, why not go to where the most merciful of all? And that can only be now a real associate of Lord Chaitanya. They have the power to give this bhakti. Why? Because they have genuine love. Why do they have the power? Why do they have genuine love? Well, they either got it from their previous life, or they got it in this life from a real devotee. See? Lord Chaitanya told his devotees who loved him. They were there, they saw him, they loved him. They loved him. They were his devotees. He said, you know what? I'm a poor sannyasi. I got no money. But I'll give you my body, my transcendental body. Distribute that love. See, his transcendental body is Sat Chit and Ananda. He was a Vigraha of Sat Chit and Ananda. Here's my body, man. When you see a bona fide guru, they're a Vigraha of conclusive truth, man. That's knowledge, man. And Ananda, ecstatic bliss. And if you receive that, what do you get? Satchidananda. Your body becomes like that. You just absorb enough of that. That's what she says. That's why I'm here. She wants to absorb Satchidananda. No, not only is she so darn greedy, she does not enough here. She's only let me look at Johan. Let me look at Dasute. Let me look at everybody with it. I just want this. I want, my God, look what I get to attract here. Such good as so. I'm not even like that. She's more like that than me. I give a class, and here she is. Look at this. She's like a shadow, man.
But I was thinking.
You were thinking what?
When you were saying that, I was thinking, you have nothing to lose by coming here. You know, just lend your ear for a couple days, couple weeks. You know, a couple classes. Just you know, give yourself. Just what do you have to lose by coming here? And then I was thinking, oh my God, I can't say that. Because you've got everything to lose by coming here. Everything. Which is, what is it? Krishna takes everything away. Your false ego. Your false ego. That's what's being challenged. That's why you're not putting an ear here, because of your own false ego. So, it's up to you if you want what you want, because Krishna really does give us what we want. Put you in places. He knows your heart, you know your heart, and when you can believe that he's actually in charge, he's putting you, he's giving you, he's doing what it is that you're desiring, he's putting it there. But it's up to you to accept it or reject it. It's your heart, it's your choices. And then I was thinking today, I was cleaning up the room a little bit, and I was thinking about a hoarder and how a hoarder, we have all this stuff around us all the time, but try to clean up after a hoarder. Try to clean up after a hoarder with them in the room. It's like, can we get rid of this? No, that's blah, blah, blah. Can I, blah, blah, blah. That's our conditioning. That's our head. The wrongful thinking is what we have to clean up, because we're hoarders. We're hoarding all these misconceptions and thoughts and all this garbage that we don't need to be who we are, because we're going to have to give it all up anyway. Everything, it's all gone anyway. So it's a little easier when you clean up your own stuff, piece by piece. But in order to do that, you have to have something to replace it that's not really stuff or material or misconception. It can only really leave you when it's true, when it rings true to you. And if you want the truth, it'll ring. It'll ring.
Yeah. Isn't Krishna kind of taking it away like naturally? It's like just by association. Krishna, his name is one of his names is Hari, one who takes away. And why does he take away? Does he want to? He wants more room for substance, the real substance. The reality. The reality is this tasting, this relationship. That's the real thing. See? So when he takes away, and he takes away how? Just by looking. If you're in association, like Rupa Goswami said in his play, don't go on the bank of the river Yamuna and see Krishna. Because if you see Krishna, all of a sudden you'll lose your desire for your friendship, family, society, and all that stuff. But see, by seeing Krishna, he's giving you a taste of something that's more real. Why would you give it? He's given us choice. Why would you let it go unless you found something more real, more substantial? And that's bhakti, man. It's more substantial than anything. Okay? And you get that in association of those who relish that substance. It's a substance, man. You come close to that, man, you start to get the rays of that substance. And it's so powerful. It's like you say, why do I want to go back into that stuff, man? See, so when you get close to devotees in bhakti, associate, even by video, it helps. People are getting connected by video. Then you sometimes come into personal association. It's even more strong. All to the point sometimes of awakening. This devotion. So the Lord takes away by seeing him. And see, when you're around devotees, they're showing you Krishna. Real devotees who have real devotion. They're showing you Krishna. They're showing you his bliss. They're showing you his conclusive truth. That's him. See? That's him. And that's how you start getting. All of a sudden, when you see Krishna, say just from the conclusive truth, you get so attached to that you don't want to read any other books. You don't even want to hear from gurus or teachers that speculate. It's like, why do I want to hear that? You're not telling me what's in the book. I went over to Gaurahari's place, his grace place, and God, I get the real thing. Now I look at what you're saying and I can discern it. You get discernment here. So you get a higher taste for conclusive truth. And that becomes more ecstatic. You become enthusiastic in devotional service. You want to do it. You like to do it. You want to do it. And even listening to people speculating on Bhagavatam or Gita, it becomes distasteful. It's I don't want to hear that. See? It's laced with the putana thing, the falsy. Putana represents, she's in Vrindavan. The false acharyas are also in Vrindavan, right? They represent Vrindavan, but they don't really, do they? And she's a baby killer. She kills the baby bhaktas. Okay? Baby bhakta, she's a baby killer, right? Mature devotee, she can't kill them. She might fool them sometimes because of Krishna's desire. But then they see, hey man, look, she's just an old bag, man. A windbag, speculating. See, so yeah, I see. So that you lose a taste for that poison nipple. See, that's anybody who hasn't realized Krishna does not worship the Lord in loving ecstasy. More or less, they got a poison nipple, right? They're going to speculate. So you come here, we extract that poison. I'm just telling you what I see after years of this kind of crazy worship. You know, what people think is crazy. You know, these so-called gurus say, oh, Gaurahari's abnormal. Listen to me. And they don't tell you about what I'm telling you. Is this abnormal? Isn't it normal? Isn't Prabhupada saying everybody in the material world is more or less crazy? Why are they crazy? Because they don't understand what's in the book Bhagavad. You want to become really normal? Well, you got to hear from a normal devotee who goes by the book, worships the Lord in ecstasy. So from all angles of vision, it's the real, genuine, ecstatic devotees that reveal everything. Our books are written by ecstatic devotees. If you weren't ecstatic, you couldn't have any realizations to share. You know, and everybody's against ecstasy practically. What is this? It's crazy. That's crazy. That's nuts. I have another word for it. You know what it is, but I won't say it. So Lord Krishna thought. Here, you read.
Oh, you added something. Lord Krishna thought, all the universe is filled with the conception of my majesty. But love, weakened by that sense of majesty, does not satisfy me. If one regards me as the Supreme Lord and himself as a subordinate, I do not become subservient to his love, nor can it control me. In whatever transcendental mellow my devotee worships me, I reciprocate with him. That is my natural behavior.
See, some people I notice, they think, oh, see, the Lord, I want to be a Raganuga Bhakta, so the way I'm going to do it is I'm just going to jump into that stage. I'm just going to treat Krishna as a friend. You think that's the way? No, that's not the way. You got to work. You got to come in the door. The door is Das. You got to serve a real guru, like Lord Chaitanya taught. You got to come in the world as Das. I have sometimes people coming here, and they think, "Hey, I just want to be your friend." You know how many people have told me that? I just want to be your friend. I don't want to think of you as guru and all that. But they never get in the door that way. You got to learn how to go in the door. The door is Johan. The door is all these, the devotees who have this attitude. It's always the same attitude. They have, they go in by seeing, this is my Gurudev. I get everything by my Gurudev. And through that, then they enter in, when their bhakti gets stronger or they become awakened, now they're also a friend of the Guru, their Guru. They never well, thank you very much. Now we're all equal. Or you haven't even went through the door through sincere worship and awakening yet. And then you just want to, I just want you to be your friend. You know, I had some people doing that. And they always leave. They have to, because they refuse to go in the door. The door is, you got to be like the Lord taught the path, that I teach the path the same way. You got to be a sincere servant, sincere surrendered, what do you call it? Submissive servant of Guru. First with your ears. You have to hear from that Guru like this and have respect like that. And then you enter the door like that. What happens? You're elevated. The Lord is pleased with you. And He gives you friendship, not only with Him, but with Guru. See, those who've gotten the mercy, they enter like that. Not hypocritically, but like Johan and others. Like Dasu, like Govinda. See, they enter the door. Oh man, my Guru is the manifestation of bliss. Because they're in that mood, they just think of their Guru and they get ecstasy. And they go in the door and the Lord also welcomes them, right? In the verses. And they ecstatic with the verses. See, they're teaching the path by being it. But somebody does something different, it doesn't work. They don't become ecstatic. You want to become ecstatic, you follow Johan, Dasu, and Govinda, and others that are like that. See? Then they become friends. I like that. Welcome them. Oh, yeah, friendship. Yeah, treat them like equals and all of that. But they always have that underlying mood. I got all this from my Guru. See? They're not hypocritical. They're not like, oh, he's my Guru and all that. But then I don't listen to him. I do my own thing. Oh yeah, this is the way I going to do it and doing it. But he's, that's hypocrisy. That's betraying your Guru with a kiss. That's putana, man. You're not over it yet. Oh yeah, he's my Shiksha Guru, but I won't believe what he says. I won't do what he says. I won't believe that I'm worshiping a putana. See? That's still hypocrisy, man. I'm sorry. That's why it doesn't go in the door. It has to be left outside. That's why it's sometimes stern. The teaching is kind of like emphatic and stern. I'm sorry, man. That baggage doesn't get into the kingdom. See? Putana had to die. See? That putana in you has to be killed. Otherwise, you're not in the real Vrindavan. You're just a false representative. Okay? And if you don't believe your Guru, that he's saying that's putana, and you say, no, I believe in putana, then you remain servant of putana. Obstacle. And you become that. That's why I tell myself, don't go to those who leave here. Don't listen to them. Okay? If you do, you're going and being tutored by putana, just by going against this order. I'm here to protect my disciples, those who believe my preaching. If you believe my preaching, you'll stay here. If you believe you can't play the fence here, you will get polluted by that and you will betray me. Beware of the leaven of the Pharisees. Judas did not. He went to the Pharisees, he listened to them, he rubbed shoulders with them, all of that, and he ended up betraying Jesus with a kiss. You want to do that? Well, you go against, you don't take the advice. See? And if you've already like that, you come back here sincerely and everything is forgiven. Otherwise, you stay like that. You die like that. You don't make any advancement. You just become more and more ridiculous. You'll be channeling all kinds of bullshit, It gets crazier and crazier, That's how Krishna shows you, you lost the path. People are on the path. They go in, they have respect for Guru, and then they become, I treat my people that are with me as friends. We just relate together, sit in the same room together, eat together, talk together, walk around, Okay. So anyway, that's how you get to this. What was this? Oh yeah. So that's why you have to hear that verse explained. Otherwise, a lot of people jump. Oh yeah, let me just jump into a friendship with Guru and Krishna. Never works. Lord Chaitanya folded the dhotis of his devotees, fetched them Ganga water, and then he said, I'm doing this because you have Krishna and can give Krishna to me. I want to serve you. Okay? He showed the path by being there. Okay, go ahead.
In whatever way my devotees surrender unto me, I reward them accordingly. Everyone follows my path in all respect, O son of Partha.
See, in the conversation with Ramananda Roy, the Lord kept rejecting, Varnashram Dharma as the way to realize Krishna. No, that's not enough. Move on. What else? See, so he said, what else? So, and then all the way up to the point, he kept rejecting, to the point where he said, Ramananda Roy said, okay, how about this? Those who give up speculation and hear from a self-realized soul. See? If they just do that, hear about the name, the pastimes, the philosophy of Krishna consciousness, they will move to the next platform, which is spontaneous devotion. And then, so the Lord said, yeah, that's all right. You know anything more? And so he said, yes, those who worship Krishna like this. See, this level. But you see, you can't bypass hearing from a self-realized soul, serving a self-realized soul. You can't bypass that. You can't jump to that point where he gets into the different rasas. Because spontaneous love has to awaken so that your ras can begin to awaken. You notice Dasu, when it awakened, everybody can watch the Mayapur stuff. He came, he was still an ordinary person, but he had faith. He listened to me for 8 months. And in 2 days, Govinda and him awakened. They knew what they heard. Govinda went right into Shiva worship because that's his natural thing. And Govinda and Dasu went right into it. He started to feel, well, first he went into, worshiping the Panchatattva and felt relation. And then they brought him right away, very quickly, to Radha Krishna attraction. To the point he can see that and feel that Leela. He's got the shelter of Radha and Krishna. See, he went the right way. Everybody else that goes the right path, they are the path. You follow their example, you will get what they get. No problem, man. You follow other people's example that left the path, or you learn from that. You say, I don't want to go that way. I don't want to get this bhakti and then misuse it and then go and think I'm just as good as Gaurahari and I don't have to associate with him. I can tell him what to do or criticize him, blah, blah, blah. He did this. He didn't follow what I wanted him to do. Isn't that usually the thing? Oh, he didn't do what I wanted. And they go into the debate. Oh, he promised and all this bullshit, man. It's all about controlling guru. See, that's their problem. So you learn from that too, indirectly. Don't do that. Do what Johan, do what Dasu, Govinda did. Why they're happy in devotional service.
He left his phone and beats in my room, and he was sleeping when I left.
Oh.
So here he is without.
That's it. No phone for you.
Watch him go to the dog.
The dog is... The dog's... He's got your seat there, Dasu. What are you going to do about that?
Oi! He doing my seat.
Yeah, there you go. You got him.
Well, you been here?
Oh, I don't know. Time kind of flies when you're having a good time.
Yeah. Ooh.
Reading Caitanya-caritāmṛta. Go ahead.
If one cherishes pure loving devotion to me, thinking of me as his son, his friend, or his beloved, regarding himself as great and considering me his equal or inferior, I become subordinate to him.
See, and so again, you can't jump into that. You have to go the right way. So we're in this video, people have the path. It is so clear here because, number one, we know personally here, we have people that are following the right path and getting the desired result. Ecstatic devotion. See, and now they have this intimate friendship. You feel intimate friendship with Radha and Krishna now?
Yeah.
You can treat them nicely?
Oh yeah.
They treat you nicely?
Yes.
You're happy?
Oh yes.
See? You know? So it works. Why not do something that works? So you Vaidis out there, ask yourself, you gurus too, gurus and followers, ask yourselves, are you getting the desired result after 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50, up to 50 years now after Prabhupada? Are you ready for the desired result that these guys are getting, some of them in less than a year? You ask yourself, what do you want from Krishna? Do you want this ecstatic devotion, or you want the bullshit out there?
Ecstatic devotion. I've had enough bullshit.
Excuse me.
Yes, please.
Have a cup. Have a cappuccino, please.
Cappuccino.
Yeah, what about you?
I'll have one of those chais. A
Indian
chai,
chai?
Indian chai, but no sugar.
Yeah, we normally don't have sugar.
Oh, okay, good.
Sure. What about you?
You tell them
I'm
though.
good.
Are you good? Good.
I'm good. Devotional service rendered to me by the living beings revives their eternal life.
Okay, so there's two levels of this, right? Vaidhi and Raganuga. Now, you guys, most of you out there have been following Vaidhi, okay? The Guru, Prabhupada said this, your gurus say this, okay. So there's two levels. So that starts to revive your eternal life, more or less, okay? Mostly less. Because you start to realize, get a little bit of a taste for Krishna, okay? But it's not, don't you want the standard that the Lord came to give? Come on, how greedy are you guys out there? And off here with this. See? So for you greedy persons out there, now the devotional service that really revives your life in one lifetime is a spontaneous devotion. That's being distributed here. See, that you will feel it in this life. You will feel revived. Do you feel revived, Dasu?
I'm feeling very revived.
Revived? Yeah. What about you? Do you feel some
I'm feeling
revival?
so much better.
See,
Oh, yeah.
so much better.
Totally different.
Yeah. See, that's revives your eternal life, and it's not like, oh, Prabhu's. Here's the little carrot man. I haven't realized Krishna, but I say I do, or I speculate on what and all this. Just believe to the end of your life, and then when Krishna comes, then you'll get everything accrued and all that. But in the meantime, just be a prune. Don't taste this life. But what are we offering, man? There's so much mercy here. There's so much munificence. There's so much spiritual potency because of taste. We say, hey, why wait, man? Why not taste this bliss now, like our friends here? Man, wouldn't you like that, man? Don't you want a piece of the pie now?
No.
Or you want it after you die?
No.
You want the pie when you die, or you want the pie now? You can have it now.
You couldn't get a pie when you die anyway. It blow your head off.
Yeah. So get the pie now. Why? Because it's available. We got the order. Everybody's seeing the results out there. You know?
Look at Johan's pie.
Look at, yeah, we want Johan's pie. I want a piece of that too.
Yeah, me too. Oh, my dear damsels of Raja, your affection for me is your good fortune, for it is the only means by which you have obtained my favor.
Aha. See, your affection, this topic of affection is very interesting. Okay? So when you do Vaidhi Bhakti, you got a little affection, right? And Bhagavad-Gita says, if you're not really affectionate towards the Lord, where it causes you to think of him all the time, and to the point of it brings tears to your eyes and choking in the voice and all these other things, okay, that's all right. We'll deal with that there, Yamuna. Don't worry. The hero is coming.
Okay.
See?
No.
Thank you very much.
What's
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Go further.
Yeah. What was the point? I forgot already.
It didn't bring tears to your eyes.
Oh, yeah. Affection.
See, look at that. I remember.
You remember.
I remember.
All right, good. About time this guy uses his brain properly.
20%.
Starting to grow.
Yeah, it's starting to grow again. Oh, we've got a miracle here.
Miracle man.
He's got his memories coming back. That's good. Yeah, so affection. So it starts with a little affection. See? But the goat now, the possibility is to bring the affection up to the gopi level. That's what the Lord did. That's called spontaneous devotional service. See? That brings the Lord really close, not just at a distance. See, Vaidhi Bhakti is this worship where, oh, Lord, and all that. And you get very little kind of, the Lord is like, oh, you're just distant. I'm distant from you. You're distant from me. You're happy with that? Okay. See, he's not. See, he said, no. See, you want more closeness. Intimacy. You want intimacy. See? So, the Lord said, hey, man, look how much affection you have for me. That brings me really close to you. And therefore, if I get close to you, you're going to know the real me. And what is that? Satchidananda. You're going to be a vigraha of real bliss, ecstasy, raging. That's God. You know, people, God, they don't know who God is. God in his very intimate, deepest form is raging ecstatic bliss, raging tears, raging laughter. He's the most jolly person in the world, kind of like Luhan looks. And they catch him in the right mood. You're seeing the Lord's happiness, my friends. I know, we'll deal with that though. But thank you for sharing. Krishna's on his way. See? So the affection is, that's the only thing that brings the Lord that close. When you're with the devotees who are in the mood of Raj, especially the conjugal, you start to get that kind of desire for Krishna. You become unsatisfied with just distant relations. You want closeness with Krishna now?
Yeah.
It becomes, hey man, I want to be close. Otherwise you're not happy, right?
That's right.
See?
That's true.
It's
I'm not.
You're not happy.
No, listen. Come here, Krishna.
Hey, man, I'm giving class. See? It's not happy anymore. Because you want Krishna close. And Krishna gave a message to Uddhava and said, tell them their hearts desire me like I have to have Krishna. Where is Krishna? He said, that's the only thing that brings me out of Dwarka to you, inside. You feel it inside. He said that your heart pining for me, wanting me, is the whole purpose of my reason I come, and no other reason at all. Just your spontaneous attraction. See? But you got to have a spontaneous devotees association to get this. That's why the Lord has to send one in some lifetime, and he has to get the order to preach this. Otherwise, you don't just get this. You just get Vaidhi. Look how many generations of Christians. Vaidhi. Give them Vaidhi. Give them 1,000, 2,000 years before Jesus came. The Vaishnavas should be kissing the ground that inside of only 50 years, spontaneous, give them spontaneous, give whoever will take it. I don't care if a handful, if 11, 12, 15, 30, get it before I leave the planet. Wonderful.
You're doing it now. You're kissing the ground now.
Yeah.
You're kissing the ground. You're telling me to kiss the ground as well. And her to kiss the ground. And everyone to kiss the ground. Yeah. So we've got it now from this man here. Now I'm feeling his legs now.
Yeah. Yeah, take it, man, while it's here. Yeah. The more the merrier. Yeah, the Lord is not incapable. He can use one little fool, one little infinitesimal soul, and deliver the whole universe. All of a sudden, the Lord is a miracle maker, right? He's full of inconceivable. You can take this one little infinitesimal person and shoot an umbrella up like a mushroom cloud, to give the shelter.
Oh, yeah.
See, like a Govardhan Hill, whoever gets under it, all of a sudden the shelter expands more and more and more and more. That's my Lord. He does stuff like that. All right, let's get to River Yamuna here. Not happy with anything. Completely disconnected from everything. Oh, you're gonna have a great revelation and devotional experience.
You're gonna come down so sorry. I'm here, it's your brother, Dashu. Hello, Yamuna. Hello. And I'm very pleased that you're having a very much of a downness at the time, because it's great. If you remember when I was having the downness all the time, and I came up and it was bang, crash, wallop. And I've just caused an eruption in the restaurant. Everybody's looked round at me.
Oh, really?
So, it is like that. Anywhere you go, it'll be absolutely fantastic. And you're doing very well, Yamuna. Just stick in there. And I know it's hard, but just try to love it. Because the more you love it, the quicker you're going to come out of it.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of it, too, is, like she's saying, her body is getting...
Back.
Yeah, her body is having a tough time with her body. So anyway, it'll all work out. Whatever suffering we go through it'll work out. You'll see. Every cloud has a silver lining, and in this case, it really does. So I've been through tough spots. Everybody has, and it's just everything. This is all temporary. Just see. Matter of fact, you want to come on, express it? I can put you on here if you want to share a little bit. You want to share a little bit? Sometimes maybe that'll help. So you let me know and I'll put you on. You give a little request there. Whatever we get, you got to trust that it's okay. It's the right thing. And...
Mother sometimes finds me as her son. She nourishes and protects me, thinking me utterly helpless. My friends climb on my shoulders in pure friendship, saying, "What kind of big man are you? You and I are equal." If my beloved consort reproaches me in a sulky mood, that steals my mind from the reverent hymns of the Vedas.
See, that's all spontaneous devotion. When it comes, it's spontaneous. It comes from your heart, and the Lord loves it. But you can't nobody can artificially have that. You have to be awakened by a bona fide guru. If anybody wants this level of spontaneous devotional service, you have to meet that kind of guru where the Lord has given the order, and you have to be one of those really wanting it. Otherwise, you see, we put so many obstacles in the way of those who are not qualified. I don't want any hypocrites here. I'll use the F word and all that stuff. If you don't really want truth, you'll let that stuff block you. You won't. If you're a fault finder, you let it block you, right? You see, oh, look at that, and you won't look. Look at Johan. What you guys should be looking at is look at Johan, look at Dasu, look at Govinda, look at her, look at all these other people. I've said the F word numerous times. They're still here and going more deeper in it. So what is it saying? It's just a word. It's just a word. I just use it to scare the crows away. If you're a crow, a person, you like to eat dirt, and you like to look at dirt and all that, you won't come here and disturb our kirtan. This is for people who really want bliss and ecstasy. You notice the Lord did his kirtan with people who liked him. They liked the ecstasy. They liked conclusive truth. Man, if you're scared away by the F word, well, amen, you're not meant to be here. Or if it scares you for a couple of days, good. It scared the shit out of you.
What's really funny is I never said it. I just never said it.
Never said what?
The F word, because I was a mother and I had to set the example and a great
Oh.
kid. They never heard me say it, but I said it so much under my breath. It
Really?
just didn't come out the mouth.
Oh, you guys, it's all under your breath.
So
I'm just
a
bringing it out for
hypocrite.
you.
It's a hypocrite,
Yeah, you guys are hypocrites.
If
I
y'all
know.
want to tell someone.
She told me the GBC were doing that, right?
Oh, absolutely.
The GBC, you know, hey man, everybody, she saw it with your own
No,
eyes.
I didn't see it with my own
You
eyes.
heard
I
it?
heard it.
She heard
Through the
it.
grapevine.
Well, she heard it
Just
with her
talk
own.
to them.
Yeah,
Look at them.
so they're doing it. Why not put it out in reality?
No, you have to look at your examples and see if that's true to you. Neither the gopis nor I shall notice this, for our minds are always
Entranced
been
by one another's. Oh,
The-
notice this. For our minds will be entranced.
okay, get it.
See,
Will be entranced by one another's beauty and quality.
see, entranced, and in that entrance, the word. That's a perfect word for that, because that's devotional trance. When you're relishing the qualities of Krishna, you go into a devotional trance. It's so wonderful, and that's why you don't care about outsiders. You think, it's just so wonderful. Sometimes you might think, oh, what do they think? But usually, just you're in trance, man. The devotees. What is that? No, somebody else. Yeah. See, in trance is because of the qualities of Krishna. You're now qualified to relish them. Okay? See, people, if you're doing devotional service on the Vaidhi level, you're not qualified to relish these qualities. So therefore, how do you get that qualification? You got to go to those who relish the qualities, who are ecstatic devotees, right? Again, how much do you want? Do you want this? Do you want to become entranced by the qualities of Krishna? That means relish. That means it brings tears to your eyes. You want to worship like that? Well, you better come here, because there ain't another place on the planet distributing this. Okay? If not, stay prunes, man. What are you going to do? It's free will. We just put out the message. I just tell you as I call it, as I see it. Like an umpire, he's calling the shots. He said, this is a strike. This is a curveball. I'm just calling it as I see it.
This is a proof.
I say, this is bullshit, man. This is the truth. You believe this umpire? Hey, I'm playing a fair game. They're not. See, those guys are cheating. You know why? Because I'm the guy, the umpire, that has the rule book. And I pointed out, hey, man, you want to disagree with me? Well, I'm showing you here in the rule book that I'm an umpire that's really righteous. Not in the way you false ego, right? I'm just righteous by the book. I'm right by the book. See, righteous, right. See? Are you right? Are you right and righteous by the book? Most people, you could say, hey, man, now I look at that teacher, he's not going by the book. And what kind of umpire are you, man? You're not a fair dude.
It's an umpire.
Pure attachment will unite us even at the expense of moral and religious duties. Dharma. Destiny will sometimes bring us together and sometimes separate us. I shall taste the essence of all these rasas.
See, sometimes separate us and sometimes bring us here. How can you relish mellows if you don't have that? See, this is what the Christians, they just want to, many times they want to be saved. Saved as you go into this homogeneous thing and you go, zzz. There's no mellows, man. No union and separation. See, it's not like the world. We have union and separation here. Here if you have, say, this tea or coffee and you don't have it the next day, you feel separation, right? A little separation. It's not like that. It's different. See? Because this is material. But the spiritual separation is from Krishna's transcendental body. See? So it appears he separates, but then he comes back. Just like your River Yamuna, how can the Lord really leave you? Maybe right now you're going through stuff, the body stuff, and also sometimes that can cause a separation. Maybe relationship stuff is causing that, you're involved in that, I don't know. Just whatever it is, but the Lord will come back. Why? Because you probably want him. You know? If you don't want him, he won't come back. It's so funny.
You don't want him, you want me. Okay. I can see Yamuna saying, okay. Come back. It will come back, Yamuna. He hasn't gone, actually.
It is perfect.
It is.
It will come back, Yamuna. He hasn't gone. He's not gone all the time. It's your moods that have gotten. It's just that your mind is now in a flux. So you try to find some way to go. And all the bits you've moved about all over the place, they're all looking for somewhere to go. Say, we're gonna go. So they aren't in any particular order. But as soon as they settle down, you'll be back into very strong bhakti, much stronger than you were before, and you'll be absolutely superb. You'll be really good, and you'll be looking forward to doing things. You know, as you look forward to doing things before you got, before you went through all this purification. Well, it's purification just settling down now. It's going into the slots where it should be, slotting into the brain. So you're getting it now. So it's just got to be wait. Just wait. No, not wait. Just be grateful for it and say, thank you, Lord, for doing this for me, because I needed it. I was in such a bad state, and the state I'm being shown now is an exaggerated one, but it's going to get better. Just give me what I need, and I will get it, and you'll get it, and you'll soon up and about on 1 foot or 2 feet.
She says she feels so bad.
I know you feel so bad. I know exactly how you feel. Because I felt the same myself. Didn't want to get up. Didn't want to go to sleep. Didn't want to do anything. Didn't want to hang myself in the cupboard. Get dressed.
I want to see how much I want to talk to her later and see how much it's our body.
Yeah.
Could be sometimes the body is so the body might be in a lot of pain.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It affected my body as well. My body as well was bad, and I thought it was just because I was a person who couldn't get it, couldn't get this whatever it was that was on offer, and I was just sort of an invisible person in the world. But I wasn't. I'm not. Am I invisible? Am I invisible? I'm not invisible. I'm here now. So just grin. No, don't grin. Just accept it. Just bring it to you. Bring it to you. Say to Krishna, you do anything you want. You do anything you want, but I love you anyway. I love you. And all I've got is love. Love for you and your prasads and everything else. And I love it. Just continue. Bring it down on me. Bring it down on me. And that way you will get released from it. You'll get released from it. I'm not saying get released this minute. But 5 minutes time or 10 minutes time or tomorrow, whenever it happens, it'll happen. And it's an ongoing process. You've got it. This is what you wanted. This is what you're getting. Get rid of all your crap. All that crap that's inside you. And
see, maybe I'll talk to her personally about it.
Yeah.
Because I don't know her situation. Because it's hard with this chat thing. To know exactly what's going on. I have to oops. With her, because she has her body stuff and she's telling me a lot of pain. It's a lot of pain. So I'll, if she doesn't mind, maybe I'll call her later.
Right, so there you've got the Guru Maharaj is going to take personal charge of you and do it.
Because we can't, sometimes it could be a body, really like, when you're in real pain, it's hard to do anything. You know, it's like, you know, and so let's see. I'll call her later and find out, you know, more details. If she's open to it. Okay, go ahead.
Neither the gopis nor I shall notice this, for our minds will always be entranced by one another's beauty and qualities. Pure attachment will unite us even at the expense of moral and religious duties, dharma. Destiny will sometimes bring us together and sometimes separate us. I shall taste the essence of all these rasas, and in this way I shall favor all the devotees. Then by hearing about the pure love of the residents of Vraj, devotees will worship me on the path of spontaneous love, abandoning all rituals of religiosity and fruitive activities.
That's beautiful. Okay, where are you reading?
Right here, now I'm going to see. Right here.
Okay.
By hearing about.
Say this here.
I shall taste.
Yeah.
I shall taste the essence of all these rasas, and in this way I shall favor all the devotees.
You see, this is this taste. I shall taste the essence of all these rasas and favor the devotees by that taste. If you don't like to associate with devotees who are tasting this bhakti, how are you going to be favored? If you say, oh, I don't like to hear or see this kind of bhakti, well, you won't be favored with it. That cloud is coming here, but you're not under it. That was like the Lord's had people, they were teaching Bhagavatam 500 years ago. They were teaching Bhagavad-Gita. They were austere and they were renunciates and everything, but they didn't come under the cloud of this bhakti. They were not favored. It says that in Chaitanya Bhagavad. It just missed them. The cloud of this bhakti missed them because they weren't interested. They were only interested in their activities of renunciation and austerities and study and pontificating all. See? So the real teaching and the real teachers are those now, 1 out of 1,000,000 right now, who taste the essence of these rasas, of the devotees. Taste the essence, you see? And then favor others who come close and listen. Okay? And in this way, then by hearing, right?
Then by hearing about the pure love of the residents of Vraj.
See, by hearing about this pure love. See, this is, the pure love is without all this awe and reverence stuff. It's just pure attachment. Hear about the qualities of Krishna, the name of Krishna. See? Hearing about the pure love. You even chanting with a devotee who chants the Lord in bliss and ecstasy. That's hearing. See, hearing the name chanted in ecstasy, hearing the pastimes chanted with bliss and ecstasy and realizations. There is nothing for me here, replying to John. Okay, you wanna talk about this? I mean, don't be one of those who just goes away or something, you know, because that's not very smart. We should have a dialogue. We should talk about this.
I think what she means is she's suffering so much, there's nothing here for her there.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to. Yeah, I like to hear. You want to? Well, you want to come on and express yourself more fully.
She said
the body
no.
is tired all the time. Oh, I see. Yeah. Well, yeah. You know, it's all temporary. You know, it could be. You know, you're going through something.
I'm tired all the time. So he's tired all the time.
Yeah. See, if you push it too much, I don't know. Have you pushed it too much or something? Or, you know, maybe, you know, you just need some rest. Anyway, I'll talk to you personally about it because I don't know the details. You know, I can't say. You have to tell me. All right, go ahead. And by hearing...
Then by hearing about the pure love of the residents of Vraj, devotees will worship me on the path of spontaneous love, abandoning all rituals of religiosity and fruit of activity.
See, the whole point is that taste. So you notice the devotees here are getting taste for Chaitanya Leela. See, that gets us into Vrindavan. That is the ticket, is the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. When Advaita Charya left, and Nityananda also, their instruction was to, as far as you are capable, to teach about the qualities and characteristics and the teachings of Lord Chaitanya. Because that's the entrance into Vrindavan. Without that, you cannot enter. You won't understand how to enter. So all we do is teaching a lot about that. That was the order I got from Prabhupada, actually. We were reading Chaitanya Leela. And he said, this has my approval, do more of this. Okay? And that Chaitanya Leela was giving us all this ecstasy, just as people are getting it now, reading that. Yeah? So that's why this is the door, actually, to getting the ras. Okay? So we have to hear about these things. Okay? And so read that again, by hearing.
Then by hearing about the pure love of the residents of Raj, devotees will worship me on the path of spontaneous love.
And so you see, by hearing the pure love of the residents of Raj, well, where are they? They're also in Chaitanya Leela, and it's more accessible because it's more clear. You know, we have, you can see these relationships. You hear, look at this pure love that this devotee has for Lord Chaitanya, who is Radha and Krishna. Isn't it? See, it's more accessible. Okay. So when people come and they hear about Chaitanya Leela from those who are tasting this love, oh, it's so auspicious. See, and then what happens, the result?
Then abandoning all rituals of religiosity and fruit of activity.
See, abandoning all rituals. See, now, isn't that what we've done? And people are going, oh, you're not supposed to abandon it. Well, why we have the power to do that. If you come here, you'll have the power too, because the book says you can do it. So abandoning all fruit of activity and the rituals, doing all this ritualistic worship. I know that I got shelter from chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and the pastimes of the Lord in ecstasy. That taste is my protection. That taste is my inspiration. That taste is my revelation, my realization, my understanding. That taste is everything. Do you want that kind of protection? Or do you want to be protected by the rituals? It's not very strong. Because a lot of hypocrites are teaching ritualistic. And what kind of shelter do they have yet? Those who have the shelter of Krishna, Radha and Krishna, they chant with taste. They're engaged on this path, this level of spontaneous devotion. Okay.
Krishna manifests his eternal human-like form and performs his pastimes to show mercy to the devotees. Having heard such pastimes, one should engage in service to him.
See, to show mercy to the devotees. Vaidhi bhaktas are devotees. Spontaneous devotees are devotees. See, they're devotees at different platforms. See? So the Lord comes to show mercy to his devotees. There are a lot of devotees on the level of Vaidhi bhakti, or in the camps of Vaidhi Bhakti, who are ready for more, but they got to make connection. They got to see, is there a place for us? There's been no place for those devotees. There's no shelter for them. Where do you come under that shelter? Well, that shelter's here if you're ready for this. If this message touches your heart, you can come out of that and come under this shelter here, because it's a different shelter. I'm not saying the rules are going to be your shelter. I'm not saying the regulations are going to give you shelter. It's very little. The real shelter is in these pastimes, in this taste. That's the real shelter. Okay? You know, may the pastimes of Krishna protect you. That's what Narada Muni taught. He taught Gopakumar and Brihat Bhagavad-Gita, may the pastimes of Krishna protect you. What does that mean? It means may the taste for the pastimes of Krishna protect you. Because if you don't have taste for the name and pastimes, where's your shelter? You think, oh, it's the rules. Sanatana Goswami taught in Brihat Bhagavad-Gita, the introduction. He said, all glories to the holy name of Krishna, the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. It has freed me from the hard work of deity worship.
Yeah.
The hard work of all, he knows, he was a pujari. All that, I've got to wake up at this time, do this, do this, do this, do this. And all that is to get you to taste eventually, after a few lifetimes of that, you know, maybe you'll get some, you know, association with a real devotee. See, may the taste. So all glories to the holy name of the Hare Krishna mantra, the holy name of Krishna. It's freed me from the hard work of ritualistic devotional service.
I was led to believe that being a pujari was the highest get. I was led to believe that being a pujari was the highest you could get to be near Krishna, you know. But it wasn't. Because this is so far above. Because I'm doing what I want. And do I look happy? You know, or do I look sad? I'm happy. I'm happy, man. And that's it. That's all you got to do. Just got to like Ekadasis, for instance. I don't do Ekadasis anymore. It's my choice. I mean, you can do Ekadasis if you want. You know, anytime, you can do anything you want. That's the point about it. You can do anything that you want. Anything that floats your boat, man. And that's it.
Bhakti said it's the prerogative of devotees, when they got devotion, whether they follow the rules and regulations or not. Now it's a prerogative. Yeah.
It's my prerogative not to follow them. You know, and I like it. I really like it. You know, because it's the only thing to do. Really good. Thank you.
Yeah. Oops. Yeah, see, and that's the beauty of this. If you're into deity worship, some people just like it, you know. But how would you see if you're doing deity worship and tears are not coming to your eyes and choking in the voice and worshiping like that? Can you imagine if you get activated to worship like that? See, then it's going to add new life to your worship. It's not just, well, I'm doing this out of duty, or I just kind of get a good warm fuzzy. You got the tears, and oh man, it's so juicy. It's like Meena was saying, oh, I just went to a Krishna book reading, and the devotees are very sweet, and they're sitting around talking about Krishna and everything. And that's very nice, but how would you like to sit around, talk about Krishna in great ecstatic bliss, with great conclusive understanding, and not just, oh, here it's storybook time, and we're going to just sit around and hear the story. I'm sure it was more or less like that. They didn't have any deep understanding from ecstatic worship. But how would you like to add that to your sitting around with your brothers and sisters, and we start squirting some tears or some ecstasy, and you're sitting around and reading Krishna book, instead of it just being a sweet thing? The demigods are nicely, sweetly talking about Krishna. But then when Lord Chaitanya appeared, they said, hey, give us this prema bhakti. We want to worship with the wah, 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 and and it's not enough for them. They say, oh, they just all this with the dry eyes. No, we want this prema bhakti you're doing looks really interesting. We want that also. But he had to show this ecstatic worship, man. Jesus said to the woman at the well, oh, you guys take such a long time to go up to that hill to see God, and you don't really see him. You just go up there and give your little, in the temple, at the deities up there, and I'm down here Oh, and Jesus said, yeah, but you don't know who you're worshiping, but we do. The Lord is looking for this worship of spirit and truth, the Holy Spirit, the devotion, the uprising of Krishna in the heart. In spirit and in truth, conclusive truth awakens the spirit. Bliss, ecstasy. See, the Lord is very much looking for this kind of worship. How do we know? According to the Vaishnava Vedas, Lord Chaitanya said here, we just read that. He came because he wanted to distribute. See, he's very much looking to distribute spontaneous devotional service. So this is what we're supposed to be glorifying. With the Lord glorified, what he came to give. Well, we're so fortunate to be engaged in this service. Who's on board with this? You want to serve in this mission out there? You Vaidhi Bhaktas, you gurus, hey, you want to serve in this mission? Huh? Or do you want to just continue your Vaidhi stuff? You can serve very easily. Come over here, learn these principles, become ecstatic, teach this ecstatic bhakti to your disciples. You keep all their problems. No, you solve their problems. I'm telling you this bhakti. I didn't come here to take anything away. I've come here to add this bhakti. So now their karma, you can burn that karma, man. They'll see you ecstatic. You'll teach it is good to become ecstatic. It is not right to call Gaurahari Das and other devotees who have ecstasy abnormal. We'll teach you the right way to think. So you please Krishna. So much so you become ecstatic. And you teach your disciples, yes, not like Devananda Pandit, throw Srivas out of my class. No, welcome them. Oh, Gaurahari, we will fly you, pay your ticket and everything. Come give a class, ecstatic class. Let us see those tears. Yes, bring Johan along and Dasut there also. Yes, bring them along. We'll pay all 3 tickets. We have so much money. We stole from, we got from, inherited from Prabhupada. Because, we have to inherit. We don't got the strength to do anything. So yeah, we'll fly you over here. You teach us about ecstatic bhakti. Now, man, don't you think Prabhupada would be pleased?
Yeah, it would.
What? Why aren't you doing that?
I know why.
Why?
Why?
Well, because when you think you know everything, you can't hear anything.
Oh, okay.
I learned one time, just in a regular conversation with anyone, whether it be a child, a neighbor, a parent, anyone. So when you're having a regular conversation and you're trying to give them something or share something with them that's so important to you or whatever, and they say, oh, I know. Well, that says, shut up. I already know. I can't hear anymore because I know. And so shut up. So if you think you know, you won't hear. But if you actually say, you know what, I really don't. Maybe I do know, but you know what? Maybe you can give me a little more information or add a little more to this. In telling a story, I might have said, oh, there's something out there. But that's just one thing. There's a whole picture that you can paint. Or you can, so when you try to share, I saw something else. Oh, I know. Immediately, you think you have it all, but you don't. You don't.
See, Lord Chaitanya, the way he preaches bhakti is people abandon their opinions. The devotees out there in 2018 have to conclude, listen, Gaurahari Das, and he is distributing the fruit of this bhakti. It's working. Okay? It's actually working. It's actually manifesting. So I've been trying to teach this, and ecstatic devotion is not awakening. So therefore, let me throw out my opinion because it doesn't work, but his is working. Okay, the desired result is here in short time. If this message goes out first to the first fruits, which are people who really want this. You got to be really praying for it. Otherwise, who can surpass these obstacles of these gurus saying, oh, look at, we're right because look at, we all agree, you know, and there's 1,000 of us agreeing that Gaurahari, he's only got 11 people who agree. 11 is a good number, huh? You know?
We're gonna rule the world.
You know, 11 keeps coming up a lot here. 11, 11, 11.
Same
Not 12,
11.
not 13, 11, 11, 11, you know. So it means something. So anyway, you know, it's like to get here, you have to really want the truth. See? And for those persons, the Lord will give them right understanding. And I just telling you what it is, man. You it's like, I forgot what I was supposed to say. Oh yeah, the right understanding. It's just, hey man, if you haven't gotten the desired result after 5, 10, 20, 30 years, why not listen here? And just be open. And if this stuff isn't working that you're listening, and this sounds logical, check it in the book. You can throw out all the bullshit that you've inherited. Why not? Because you empty that out, and then there's more room for ecstasy. Jesus taught this principle. It's also valid in Vaishnavism. He said to the Pharisees, there's no room for my word. Isn't that the same thing with these Pharisee-type teachers, sannyasi? There's no room for my word, you know, for the word of those who are worshiping the Lord in ecstasy. So is that a good thing? Empty the garbage out. See, that's why we'll probably get more of the disciples of those, because they may not be so polluted with all this stuff of false ego, thinking they all know. There might be somebody out that's honest to say, God, you know, I don't know. These gurus don't know. It's like Janaki, you know, and him. They realize something's wrong, man. Something's not quite right. They're all on the external. Look at us. We're authorities and we prance around the stage. Look, everything's external, surface. And how long can that show bottle go on? It's a house of cards, man. Inside your heart saying, God, man, there's something wrong. Where is God? Will the real Krishna stand up? You know, where did Prabhupada go? You know, after a while, this show bottle thing, it just won't hold up. Did it?
He never left. His energy. He's there in the books. He's talking to you through his books because you're reading his books, and he's telling you, this is what this is who I am. This is what came to me. So
I just got a revelation on that, where he said, see, the Nityananda said to Lord Chaitanya, he said, I went on pilgrimage and I went to all the holy places, but I noticed the deities were all covered up. The deities were all covered over. They had like a, you know, when they cover something up, the mannequins, they just cover the dolls up, you put a thing over them. He said, they're all covered over. They're all covered up. I went, every holy place was all covered up. And then I came here and I found you. See, how did he find, what was the difference from Navadvip and the other Dhams being covered up? What was the difference? The Lord was exposing ecstatic devotion in Navadvip. But in Vrindavan, it was covered over. It was covered up. You know, with the Vaidhi Bhaktas, it's all covered. You don't see it, right? You just see all rituals, rules, empty. You know, it's just, you're not seeing the holinesses. You're not seeing the holiness of the deity. It's just, you look at you, you know, you feel maybe mode of goodness or something. But the real deity, the life of the deity is this ecstatic worship. That's covered. So Nityananda goes to Navadvip and he sees all this ecstatic kirtan, the crying, the laughing, everything. So the deity was uncovered. We're also uncovering the deity. That's why it's shocking to the devotees. They're shocked to see Krishna. Krishna is this ecstasy, man. We're uncovering the deity. The deity is Satchidananda, man. You know, the devotees just deliver Krishna in that way because it's time. The order's given. Uncover the deity. Uncover ecstasy. Uncover conclusive truth. That's Krishna, man. Isn't he in these books? Aren't we uncovering these books? They've all been covered over by speculation. We're taking that veil of speculation off. Rejoice. Why did you take your lock with you? Oh, because you got the wrong key in it.
Let's go on your keys.
I don't know. We'll have to go through.
Did you take one of her? Did you give him one of your keys? No. Oh. Maybe by mistake or something. All right, don't break it. If it's not working, it's not working. Then. Maybe we'll get it. We'll put some oil in it or something. Oh, did it work? No. All right. It just needs a little oil if it's the right key. Yeah. Okay. Oh, you know, I think it's enough for now. Thank you very much, everybody. It's enough for me for now. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
It's very difficult.
We're expecting rain.
You're now feeling you want to make a hole.
Excuse me. You're expecting rain? Rain?
Yeah.
Expecting rain.
Yeah.